Okay, we're going to talk about the value of dynoing your car, specifically on the chassis dyno. Now, outside the obvious of finding out how much horsepower you have or tuning it for more power, there's so much more you can learn from it. So, going back when I first dynoed the car, this is what I got. So, 322 rear wheel horsepower, 396 foot-pounds of torque. Well, for me, I felt that this was low. I thought it should have been making about 350 to 360. So you can see up around 4,000, it starts to get all kind of funky, and after about 5,500, it starts to drop. So this drop in power here is suggesting valve float. So would have to address that, and I would have to find out why it was down on power, in my opinion. So I investigated, and I found the vacuum secondary diaphragm was ripped. You can see it right here, and that was causing the secondaries on the carburetor not to open fully. As you can see here, that's as good as it got, so I was not getting full throttle. So we fixed that, and we threw in an open spacer and a new oil pan and a 3-inch exhaust, and we took it back to the dyno. And if I open up Run Viewer, now I do recommend, if you go and get your car dynoed, open or ask for the DRF files. So we'll open this one up. There you go. And this is the new result. So as you can see, 363 horsepower, 431 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. Decent improvement. But again, this is telling a lot more information as well. So down here below 3,000, we got all kinds of air fuel issues going on. And that suggested to me that it was because I removed the check ball on the vacuum secondary, and that allowed for a quicker opening of all 4 barrels. So there's too much air going in. So I felt that was the problem with that. Still okay on the horsepower, and I didn't run it past 6,000 because I knew the valve flow would still be there. We didn't do any fix on that. But it did have a significant gain, and especially cleaned up the top portion after 4,000 RPM. Now to note, I was all reasonably happy that I got 363 horsepower, decent increase. And then I go to realize that this was set to standard. Now you want to be on SAE and your smoothness to 5. So if you dyno your car, they print the sheet, make sure it's set to SAE, because that's the more accurate and more preferred way of correction factor. So it really means I have 359 horsepower and 426. Not a big difference, but that's what it is, nevertheless. Also, if you want to talk about correction factors, if you take them right off, this shows you what it actually made that day. So just 330, 331 horsepower. But that's why you want to make sure you dyno it at the same place every time. And also that they're using the proper correction factors, because you want it to be a consistent. The dyno is not just about showing how much power you have, because it's a tuning tool. Bragging rights are one thing, but you want to know if you're making changes, are they actually substantial? Are they justified? Can you show it? So as you can see, there's all kinds of value you can get from dynoing your car. I highly recommend it. Whether you pay for the extra for the dyno tune is up to you. I didn't. I felt I could just make the changes myself. But yeah, I recommend it. Give it a go, see what your car actually makes, and you find problems, fix them. Otherwise, you'll know where your power is, what power you have, and where it makes it, and go from there. Thanks for watching.